I guess there's nothing left aside from the Archeon quest, so Floating Palace. I guess we gotta go meet Ganyu. Also, I am changing my party setup. Kaya, get out.
We're going to hunt.
Over here. Yeah, I was right about where it was gonna be. Game. Oh my gosh, game. Did this have a bad update too? It must have. Anyway. Up here. Ooh, those replenished. I have... Yeah, there's a little pin here for a reason, kiddos. Look at all these crystals. I needs them. Almost all of these pins you see on my map are for crystals, by the way. Yeah, sorry, I kind of need these. Desperately. For weapon ascension. Well, leveling actually, but... And they only replenish every 3 days. Ooh, that was a good one. No, 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 no! And these darker blue ones, I'll refine on a day when I'm not doing dungeon trials because they take resin. Which is a little annoying, but what do? Really? Why am I getting juggled so badly today? What planet is in retrograde? What is going on? I don't know, things just feel off today. Woo! Everywhere. In like every little thing I do, it's gonna be one of those days where it's like, don't do anything important because it's gonna mess up some way somehow. For me anyway. Y'all ever have those days where like everything sort of goes wrong and so you decide like, I'm not chancing it? God, I need to do nothing but farm for crystals. I need so many crystals. Really? Yep, it's just one of those I give up days. It really is. Like, I'm not even gonna stream for as long. I'm just gonna go till noon. So, for like another hour.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber!
Uh-oh. That's pretty high up. Question, how do we get there?
This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is.
You're only realizing that now? We should have asked the emissary, Ganyu.
Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do.
Yeah. Except there's one problem. It's a couple 100 feet in the air.
Let's look around. There has to be a way up there nearby.
It's just one of those days. Everything has crashed. Twitch has crashed. My computer has crashed. My Elgato has crashed. My coffee maker crashed. I'm good, fam. I'm good.
Hey, look! There's some sort of mechanism thingy. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber.
It might be the way to the Jade Chamber? It looks like some sort of trap.
Yes, this must be the way.
Only one way to find out. By altering my party setup. I better not still be Geo. Good, I'm Wind. Because I don't have any other Wind user. I would also take Sucrose. Or some other Wind user. So I don't have to continuously do this. And swap my main back and forth all the time. Oh, I almost fell off.
Huh? It only takes us up to here. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go.
Best to go back to Leeway and ask the Millilith.
Huh? Why?
The way up shouldn't be a secret, or...
Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right? Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Paimon has a new idea.
You're not shooting me up to the Jade Chamber.
Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista?
No thanks, I don't have a death wish. Do you really hate me that much?
No. Paimon may have just forgotten to think about the safety measures.
Still, I do remember that the ballista had a scope.
Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
Okay. My biggest issue is that I know that there is a boss battle coming up. I'll just leave it at that, and I'd rather wait until I was at least having all characters up to level 60. At least. So if that ends up being the case, I know where it is and how to probably stop myself preemptively from hitting it. It's just that if this ends up being the case, I may need to take a break, in which case we'll just do some Stardew Valley for future streams until I'm high enough level to take it on and not have full regrets. Oh, there's guards. Hello. Hello, guards. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna daintily land right here. Now how do I interact with it? Hello? Hello? Maybe they need to see me. What's up?
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
We're just passing through. Hallowed what now? These are the winds wilds around Mount Dieng.
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us.
I'm quite sure that is not the case. We haven't explained the invitation to them yet.
Now Paimon's mad. You, over there. This is a trick, isn't it? How shameless.
We haven't explained our intentions to them yet.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean shameless?
Exactly. I'm actually with the guards on this one.
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come. Line them up and knock them down.
The patch notes spoiled that boss for you. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil what the boss is, but I don't feel like it's too much of a spoiler to say at the end of the Archeon quest that there are bosses. Because, I mean, that's kind of true for most video games. At the end of a story arc, there's typically a boss. It's kind of weirder when there isn't one. We need to beat up these poor guys just doing their job. Yeah, patch notes mention the boss by name. Well, no worries, I will not spoil for people. I'm just saying that if you finish a story arc, prep for a boss.
Busted.
That's probably going to be the case throughout the whole game. More enemies incoming, 3 of 3. Almost done. Where did you guys come from?
Nice and spicy.
I mean, we had Storm Terror and Mondstadt, so... Boosh.
Attack.
Well, I wonder if it adjusts a little bit. Not sure. I know it's closer to level 70 though, so I'd like to get to there myself.
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Kuching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong Ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
We were just looking for the way to the Jade Chamber.
You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liu Qixing. Who are you?
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liu Qixing.
And also one of the other best DPS characters in the whole game.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that occurrence.
Wow, it's almost like the supplies were left right next to it.
These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Thinking isn't that hard, Paimon.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
That was...
Paimon, don't complicate the matter. We only did a tiny part of the work there.
Huh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liu as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up.
I mean, can you blame them?
I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
Paimon, you don't get out much.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly.
I mean, apparently Rex Lapis has quote-unquote died multiple times before.
How surprisingly civilized of them.
Any chance you could talk it out with them? Ningguang would prefer to negotiate, wouldn't she?
Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
super bold statement.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, Traveler. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry a little favor with Ningguang.
Favor?
Paimon, that's not the point.
But... Wait, that's right! Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture! We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just to respect Liyue's culture.
So eager, but that's actually a really common thing here too. Like, if you're meeting someone important, you typically tend to bring a gift of, like, wines or cheeses or whatever.
Alright. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chamber first. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion, and... well then. May we meet again, Traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
Yeah, I kind of want to know more about that conflict, because right now I'm siding more with the Adepti than I am with Keqing. She made a good impression on me too. I agree with some of her views. I mean, I'm kind of torn between this, because I feel like I don't know enough about the world in order to actually make a decision, and yeah, with the way my own personality is, I'm actually siding a little bit more with Ningguang than I am with Keqing.
So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her?
You really have shifted focus, haven't you, Paimon?
Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar-frosted slime!
Sugar-frosted jello?
Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang.
I mean, I guess jello originally was a snack intended for the rich, considering only the rich had access to refrigeration. It was a status symbol. But some of the abominations that they created with it, by God!
Why don't we go with that for a gift?
Oh my God, they used to put, like, salad inside of jello. Salad, chat. Salad. Do you have a recipe? And how do we make this thing you dreamed up?
With a certain boom shakalaka, of course.
Take salad, mix it in jello, chill, serve. Ugh.
Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
Look up 1950s recipes involving jello if you want to have a bad time. Equilibrium. Looking for the ingredients Paimon needs. Okay, where are we going? Healthy? Question mark? Seriously, it was more to show off that you had access to refrigeration, but people really did not know what the heck they were doing with some of those recipes. Might as well just glide there, since they're right on the way. Like, pretty much take anything you can think of and put it in a jello mold.
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear. Very delicious.
You're just gonna take a chomp out of it as is. Frog. Dirt and all. Tasty slime condensate. Well, Zhanling would not disapprove, I suppose. I'm curious if these slimes have flavor like the Dragon Quest slimes, because the Dragon Quest slimes are lime flavored. Okay. Oh, hi! here. Here's the next one. Oh dear.
Huh? Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air? Huh? Did you hear that?
It sounded like someone calling for help. It sounded like someone was singing. I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
It seemed like it came from those ruins over there. Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
What a weird impromptu jail, and not the first person I've let out this way.
Nice and spicy.
The person has a sweet fragrance. Maybe. We did just finish up making perfume. That's a thought. I'm allergic to most synthetic perfumes, which is why I can't wear them. But oh look, they're in baskets. Extra sweet, sweet flower. I see. Cage key. Let's let the poor guy out first. But I could probably use this perfume depending on what's in it.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders, when their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
So is there a reason you were in the cage?
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
Seriously, is there a purpose behind this, or is it just weird and kinky?
I understand. Don't worry, I will compensate you both.
There's really no need?
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you.
Why? Like, the last person they had locked up, it was because she was researching the ruins and she was possibly a key to the only person who could find, like, a treasure, which makes sense, they're treasure hoarders. What's your deal?
I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques.
Oh, well, I probably ruined your business.
I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
Your goodwill is good enough for me.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
Oh? And what might that be?
Paimon says you smell good. Hand over the cologne.
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use to store snacks.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations. Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require that box.
Great! Paimon's sugar-frosted slime now comes in a beautiful package.
An antique package that potentially will leach toxins into whatever we stick inside. Sweet flower. Extra sweet flower. Yeah, there's more sleeping over there, but let's not. Looking for the ingredients Paimon needs. 3 out of 3. Extra sweet flower. I'm assuming that was one of them. This poor guy's on fire. Time to go to a jewelry shop. Back in town. Pick up that poisonous antique box. Here.
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Hey there! A guy called Meng Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him.
How the heck did he beat me here?
Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible for us to continue doing business. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been cleaned. Will it do?
I guess you guys don't do museums around here.
Yep. It's great! Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure, please help yourselves. As long as it's on our shelves.
And costs under $1,000.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome.
Yeah, never mind, it's probably like $4 million.
If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack.
Oh great, even more toxins.
It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh yes, you might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations too.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
Well, great. Red probably means either arsenic or uranium poisoning. I'm still not sold on this gift idea.
Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang.
What the heck was that? I was inside my own face. I saw horror for a blink of a second. I'm good. I'm good, fam. I'm good. Where am I going? I should have blinked, yes. Anywho, now that I've seen Razor from the inside, it's time to go deliver a present. By God. It had to be red. It really had to be. That abomination had to be red. Hello? Oh, you. I gotta talk to you.
According to Kuching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
What?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
This must be the coded language that we were told to speak.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
Mind your own business. Oh, like a moon cake. Yeah. Moon as in a moon cake. I'll take a moon cake.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang! Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh no, it's nothing.
Nice place, this Jade Chamber. It's my first time coming up to a place this high.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue.
Which is kind of funny because it seems from like this perspective shot way lower than other places that I've been.
I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Well, she does not lack for ambition.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you.
It's gonna become like Tales of the Abyss, where the actual kingdom is like way, way, way above the ground floor.
As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
We also ran into Yuheng not long ago.
At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude.
Hard to believe. We already know that telescopes exist in this world.
Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
Keqing said that the Qixing would not wish ill on Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
Yeah, she has been watching us since we arrived. Sky's the limit. Where are we going?
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
Only in the broadest of strokes.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Tevat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war.
Damn.
Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
Why hide the Exuvia then?
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
Is it him? It's him, isn't it? Him. Him. Who is this him? I know who him is, but...
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
In other words, if you haven't been paying attention, you're gonna be as clueless as Paimon.
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete, so please, this way.
Yes, the wind is strong, despite the fact that it is clear nothing is really blowing at all. We have tassels on our back. We would notice if it was a strong wind. Also, your hair would be going everywhere. Trust me. I have hair of a similar length. I would know.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
It is nice. A cute little miniature cherry tree. Don't mind me, I'm just looking. Pottery. Many books I can swipe for myself. Maids. That must be one heck of a trip to work in the morning. Where am I going? Here? There's a cute little pond.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Okay, to be fair, my hair is a little shorter right now, but I have had it that long.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Naturally.
Is that what I think it is? What is?
Ooh, isn't this that legendary wall?
Where you shred your paper?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust.
Well, it's clear that you rained them down on purpose, because if they were that secret, you would just burn them.
But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching...
Well, between your orthodoxy and her heterodoxy, I'd go with Kaching and her skepticism of the divine. I actually trust Ningguang slightly more here. I feel like she knows what she's doing. I feel a lot of this was maybe pre-planned. Whereas Kaching and her skepticism, I'm slightly more wary of. It sounds like Kaching wants to be more of a skeptic. How do I want to phrase this to not stick my foot in my mouth again? Kaching feels more like she wants to just rebuild the world by force, and she doesn't trust them based on a principle of just, I want things to be different, whereas the current rule feels like it's relatively solid, and that the Adepti know way more than they're letting on, even if it means pulling the rug out from under Kaching.
You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling.
Oh, I didn't get the actual option. My bad.
I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
It feels like she doesn't respect the past. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power.
I surmise that the Fatui has had a hand in these rumors.
Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for their rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
Seriously, Paimon. Seriously.
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please, and you may take it with you.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that! Let's see, what should we get?
Ningguang herself, so that she can go in the party and I can have a non-elemental mage.
One of the sheets on that wall! Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail. Just imagine how much more a whole untorn sheet would sell for. Let's grab one! The biggest one!
Of course. Biggest doesn't mean most important. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel like Kaching and her progressivism it's well warranted. I can see what she's trying to do, but at the same time, the old adage of those who don't understand the past are doomed to repeat it. That's what I'm trying to get at. It doesn't mean you have to adhere to everything that the past has in place, but if you don't understand it, you are ultimately doomed to fall into the same trappings.
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one.
Paimon? Paimon. She's already predicted every single one of our moves. Would she not also predict picking the great big one with the big red circle?
La 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 la. Let's see what's written on it. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's see what's written over here. Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research, copy. Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all.
Oh boy, would you be wrong. What if she predicted you wouldn't pick the big one? I mean, she could have put anything up there. If she knew we were coming, she could have rearranged the whole freaking wall.
This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of Permission.
I mean, they create fake visions. Why wouldn't they make a fake sigil?
Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. Spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body and whatnot. But research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out.
It's all unfolding a little too perfectly. Ningguang is clearly trying to steer us there.
Oh, you really think so? Well, should we not go then?
No, what I mean is, what else do we have to go off of? But also, god damn it, I feel like a puppet.
Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves. That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us.
Look, I'll go. I'm not saying I like it, but I will go. I see the issue with it, but if I'm in a corridor that I can't get over either side, I have to go straight forward. What else am I meant to do? I am restricted by the mechanics of this game. Ergo, I will go.
Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
I go backwards. I go back to Mondstadt and I get drunk off of apple cider. The alcohol that was once alcohol and is no longer alcohol. Ningguang's famed wall of business and intelligence, densely packed with pages of information pulled from countless sources. There are reams of information here. Shipping schedules, profit and loss accounts, warehouse inventories, road safety reports, diplomatic intel. The scope is breathtaking as the level of detail and all the information is up to date. Only the sharpest and most meticulous mind would be able to cut through the clutter and discern the connections between all these disparate strands of information. Neatly stacked scrolls. Can we thank you? A neatly stacked pile of scrolls. Each sheet of paper is as thin as an insect's wings. Perhaps these are just calligraphy works? Gosh, you'd have to be so careful writing on that.
Sorry, anything business related is confidential.
So, have you made your choice? You don't have to confirm it with me. Just choose one and take it. Afterwards, why not sit down for a while in the Jade Chamber? Or have a short stroll? Rest is also an integral part of any journey.
Thank you for your hospitality. It's time we made a move.
Come now. There's no need to stand on ceremony. Loosen up a little.
I just want to check around and make sure I've gotten everything, you know, just in case we aren't able to come back so easily. A slender-necked aquamarine colored porcelain vase. It has a pristine glossy finish and clearly a top-of-the-range item. It does not seem to have come from an official kiln. The faint iridescent shine it gives off is somewhat similar to a mother of pearl, would seem to suggest that it has a long history. On the body of the delicate ornament there are some words written in bold strokes. From the Crux Fleet. Is this a different one? No. Welcome, is there anything I can do for you? Welcome, I am Lady Ningguang's secretary. You can call me Bai Xiao. What can you tell me about the Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber is where Lady Ningguang holds court. Here she gathers information and makes important decisions. From here, there is no matter in leeway, great or small, that she cannot oversee, nor can any rumor escape our eyes or ears. Forgive me for being unable to say more. What about Ningguang? Lady Ningguang is one of the Liyue Qixing. She oversees all of Liyue and its trade. You must forgive me for not being able to say more. I have utmost respect for Lady Ningguang. You are indeed a rare and honest sort, cut from a different cloth from those honey-tongued merchants, greedy for the smallest scrap of information. The path to riches is actually quite simple. I've spent a lot of time by Lady Ningguang's side, learning some secrets here and there. How about this? Here's some nuggets of wisdom on the subject of gold. It's my own personal guidance rather than Lady Ningguang's per se, but maybe it will still be able to bring fortune and prosperity your way. Hey, I got a ascension material. Cool. Yep, I already looked at this.
Sorry.
Strange notebook. The order for one copy of Customs of Liyue received God placed 2 days ago has now been fulfilled. Item has been delivered to Jade Chamber. Could Miss Ningguang kindly confirm all is in order? 321-2385-2911-5624 5821-234-635-678-82334. These sound like... Oh my god. What am I looking at here? These are... The signature line has been scrubbed out and it's impossible to read. What are these, coordinates? Dates? I wonder if that's going to be of any importance later. Wonder how many people missed these because they didn't examine the place. Ultimate weapon. No, maybe? I'm just kidding. The ultimate 6-star weapon. Never even spoken about in legend. It's like they're supposed to be dusting, but instead they're just, like, feeling up the walls. Bashi, this gorgeous Venus sash woven from gold thread. Then a figure-hugging silk dress, and last but not least, lace lingerie. Oh my. Are you alright? Where did you come from? It's very rude to sneak up on people like that. Can't you see I'm busy picking out clothes for Lady Ningguang? I see. The affections. You were drooling. I practically worship Lady Ningguang. We are having a fandom of the waifus. You worship her? In what way? Intellectually? Spiritually? Or... whatever it is, keep it to yourself and don't get any ideas above your station. Lady Ningguang is a very busy person. She has no time for your fanaticism. Let me teach you a thing or two about diligence, and then you ought to go reflect on your actions. Guide to diligence. Solve the impossible riddle. Get a rock. You were drooling. I have no idea what you're talking about. I am simply devoted to Lady Ningguang's image. That is all. Someone like her, who has all the cares of the world on her shoulders, should never have to waste an iota of her great mind on something as mundane as picking up her own clothes. In any case, as her secretary, it is my paramount duty to concern myself with her outward appearance. It's just that whenever I start thinking of Lady Ningguang's elegant form as she stands before the masses, or her silhouette as she changes her clothes, or her perfect body glistening like polished jade as she emerges from her bath, I just... oh my. Yeah, you get the gay up to 10,000. Carry on as you were. I was just... ah yes, let us not forget the perfume. We got it. Lady Ningguang fangirl. I mean, can you blame her? Welcome. Are you here to meet with Lady Ningguang? That I am. As we expected, your aims correspond with the intelligence we have on hand. If you're looking for Lady Ningguang, you have come to the right place. This is the Jade Chamber, the foremost intelligent hub and epicenter of all important decisions in Liyue. Although it seems that our estimate in your arrival time, which we based on the available intel on your circumstances at the time, was early by a whole 2 hours. I must reflect on the cause of this discrepancy. Was our source at fault, or did we make an error in our calculations? I really respect Lady Ningguang. Many people do, including myself. The Tiquanonauts' words can move mountains, and everyone knows it. My task is to help oversee Lady Ningguang's intelligence network. Lady Ningguang's razor-sharp mind tears through vast amounts of information at this pace, and quickly reaches verdict. The parcels of wisdom are then discarded from the Jade Chamber, giving guidance on prosperity to the world below. Do you too wish to learn of such things? Wait, are these level-up materials the shredded pieces of paper thrown out the window? You were early even after not given the directions to get there. I know, right? Who are you? Where are my manners? You may call me Baiwen. I am Lady Ningguang's secretary, and I am in charge of data collection and organization. I'm just passing by. Is that so? How fascinating. I find it hard to believe that you came here for leisure alone. Our intel indicates that no one comes to the Jade Chamber without good reason. This rule has yet to see exception. But make no mistake, we will be certain to ascertain your motivations, irrespective of whether or not you yourself are forthcoming with them, and they will enter our records in due course. I would advise you not to underestimate the strength of our intelligence network. Yep, that's the way out. But I would like to snoop a little further, if you do not mind. Just in case. Wait. Is that our sugar frosted slime? Okay. We have looped the premises. We may leave. Let us see. Is there anything else up here? Might as well explore it while we have the chance, as we may not get another one. Is she climbable is the next question. I gotta know. What if there's a box? Come on, guys, what if there's a box? Can't talk to you. I'm probably just wasting my time, but I mean, this may be the only chance I get. Can I get up there? Heck no, I cannot get up there. Oh, thankfully there's no Geoculuses here. I already know because I've gotten them all. That would suck. Well, it appears that's it for the Jade Chamber. Wonder if I can fly down from here. Wait. Welcome to the Jade Chamber. How may I be of service? I am Lady Ningguang's bodyguard. Traveler, what brings you here? Wait, can you tell me about Lady Ningguang? So you're another one of those who wants to find out Lady Ningguang's secrets, are you? Unfortunately, I know not more than you do. Lady Ningguang has never been one to let her guards get too close. I'm only in this post in the first place thanks to my cousin. Baisho pestered her about the idea constantly, and even then she only agreed to it reluctantly. Your cousin? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Keep it to yourself, okay? If anyone asks, you heard nothing, and especially not from me. I'm here about physical training? Oh, are you interested in training too? Perhaps we should find a place to do some sparring on one of my days off. Although my role in the Millelith is mostly an administrative one, I still prefer to stay fighting fit when I can. That's why I often take odd jobs that involve physical labor. A little extra muscle mass where it counts does wonders for one's appearance, don't you think? Well, considering how Tumblr's reacting to Kaya, I suppose so. How about you? Anybody else who wishes to talk to me and tell me of Lady Ningguang's secrets? Apparently not. Well, that is it. Farewell, floating Jade Chamber. I am off. I have things I must attend to. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like it's that high up. It feels like that up there that was built by the Adepti. Yeah, what about that? What about that? How about that, huh? That feels higher. I don't know, it just feels like mountains that were further away were higher, but I can't see them from here. Hard to say. I just don't feel like we're that high up. Maybe... No, it can't be that far above sea level because that's the heckin' sea. I just feel like I'm having continuity errors here. Because... Yeah, because we're over here. The mountains, that's about as high. It feels like the mountains like way over here were higher. But now that I'm actually here, it's hard for me to say.